Bunkai, Ukenegashi, Chudanzuke, Yoriashi, Chudan Hichiate. So, Chudan attack, Chudan attack, Skui, Chudan attack, hey!
Do the traditional Shotokan one, which is the same thing. You step in with a right punch. Here, you pull them in, punch, twist, and then this does the same thing. Same application. Another one would be here. That's a boom, boom. Here, here, here. Same application here. So this one's going for lung 5. So when you come up here, here, and then punch. So the Shotokan opening is very similar. But what we're doing is we're creating distance here by going to back stance. And then bam, then twisting up.
So maybe the variant that we've got for sure at the beginning, our beginning is similar. We go to here, but we have more of a round hijiate rather than this presence. So for us, the bunkai on that, if John does a lapel grab up here, we treat it as lapel grab, impact, hijiate through here. If they're really tall, like Sensei Nick, I'm going to send that to the body. But for us, it's lapel, down low, and then halfway. Got leverage at that point as well. This.
Hey. Okay. Next technique, Rote, Chudan, Jodan, Suke, Kakiwake. So Sensei steps in, attacks Jodan, Tsuke Uke, Geidan Tsuke, or Chuan attack, punch, okay, reach. Hey! It's not necessary to have the timing exactly the same. So you can break the timing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then punch from here. He punches again, and up here is a check to be careful that you have a kick, and then from here you have these hits. Boom. So Kakiwake, a wedge block, if you reach here, you can use as a wedge block, or it comes in to the side, hitting. So the original contact is on the outside yoko, twisting, hitting, twisting, punch, again, punch, hit.
So as we turn, say another right chudan, turn around, double punch here, then the transition would be, say you grab my gi, this becomes, now try and knee me, like boom, becomes a block, I come around, bam. So, similar part of the kata. So, if I turn around, block, punch, he goes to grab, I block it, I block the knee, then spin him around, break the elbow.
I've described again the difference maybe in our motion for us. So we've got here, we turn, we punch, we actually pull back on the knee lift. So the hands come in, and then we're in Neiko Ashidachi when we do our one. So from here, John, I'll get you a left hand lapel grab. So we're going to intercept that lapel grab and strike. Then from here, the pullback is pull him back, knee. Then from there, the kakewake comes down by impacting there and controlling the right arm, which is likely to start lifting. It's a strong arm, so you're coming inside here. And then an extension for us at finish, which is not the kata, is straight into a side guillotine to wrap them up. So again, he goes for lapel grab, impact, right arm comes up, kakewake, then from there, once I've made that impact, I just keep pressing forward and lock up this one. A little bit different. The other thing was interesting, actually listening to one of the bunkai you described, the slight other form difference for us as we get to here. We lift the foot across and place it on the knee rather than straight up. And then we come in. And well, I guess what I saw and what you did that was interesting is because we pull the hands back and we cross here, it gives me that throw bunkai that you had of the sweep, and that might explain, because I couldn't explain previously, I wasn't given the bunkai, why would a foot go sideways instead of straight up. The knee up's obvious, but that creates now that effect. It's good.
Aspect of the kata. I give you. Good job. Jodan, Kaisu Yokoburai, Yordiyashi, Chudanzuke. Jodan attack, simply up, Ichiate. One aspect, Jodan attack, Ichiate. Jodan attack, one, okay, he steps in to attack, stop, punch, Zuke Uke. Or left attack, 1, 2, 3. Or simply attack Jodan, hit, hit.
Shotokan version slightly different. They actually kick. So when they do the kata, kibadachi, out, grab, side kick, punch. So let's see, a right, say right chudan. So boom, we grab, we augment, bam. So this is a key difference where we talked about really augmenting hard power. This is like I'm pulling him into my kick while he's down. Is actually his face may even be down. For this is actually becomes a face punch.
So maybe again the difference in style and it seems, at least the history as best as I can pick it apart, that after Mabuni, Fujiwara and Sotokawa changed the kata in the Meiji region. So where were we previously? Yeah, when we go sideways here, we actually, this way, we turn into a straight arm shuto, maigeri off the front leg, then yakuza. So it's quite different from the original lightning or upright stances and sidearm approach. It's probably just consistent with our style, wanting to line up and run straight down those tracks of the opponent. So the bunkai doesn't need a lot of explanation. It's probably John's coming in to grab or punch me some of that hand just on this side. I'll break on that side, put this in here, go straight into here. It's very simple.
How about the leg lift? You don't do the
No, so it literally for us turns into, so we're in the hijiate, For us, it's 1, 2,
Front kick.
3.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't stay side on at all. That's the biggest difference between the two versions of the kata, I would suggest. And it was one I was, you know, and again, Fujiwara and Shotokan must have changed that. And I think it's probably in line with just the very strong emphasis of not only Tani, but those guys in Ameji about the straight line attack, where they bias that a lot more than maybe Seito. It's a shame because it does reduce some of the bunkai. In certain instances, we're not getting more variety. We do that 1,000 ways in other katas, so it's nice to have something different.
Yeah.
When you learn a new kata.
Part of the kata here, when you look, chamber, step out, Jodan Shoteos, Geidan Shoteos, Teian Josukute, Mawaki, pivot, Kensei, feint, step up, strike, then Kutsudachi, Geidan Tsukuyuke, Ashikubi, ankle, Geidan Tsukuyuke, Hiza knee, Rote Geidan Tsuke. Sensei throws a front kick. You're going to come in here, push. That's one concept of the attack. Another one is steps in, attacks face, striking here, striking, grabbing the groin. Or he throws a kick, you're going to grab here, and then the turn around is going to be a takedown. So, but basically, he's stepping into attack. You're going striking, okay? And then the turnaround can be your attack. After you're here, the kensei, the feint, scare him, step up, boom, get him in the throat, step back, and attack the leg here, or I come in here, he throws a kick, turn side, hit, or right leg kick, here, take him down, hit. So basically, this motion here is traditionally a feint. Or come on, boom, here, and you reach for me, here.
The Shotokan version, they do slightly different hand motion coming off the kicks. So here, they do is they come up, deflect, step in, zenkudachi, palm, turn, stride, scoop, scoop, bam. So the turn is fairly simple. So like, so you go ahead and you can grab with your right. Like you're going to grab with I turn, and then I just simply palm strike. So this is just a loop down, strike. Now from here, as Sensei was doing previously, this can also then evolve into a takedown. So from here, I just simply turn, and down he goes. So same bunkai, different kata. On the next one, on the next segment, this becomes the strike to the kyushu, and this hand, say, you can punch, this deflects, strike, and then sometimes the common bunkai is when this becomes just like a scare point. You come up, you kiai, it's just like a hit underneath here, Then you come down, you grab the leg, scoop, scoop, pull them out, and then do the punch on the thigh. The actual bunkai I like is same thing. I turn, he grabs, I hit. This becomes either a throat strike or another strike to the other side of the neck. Then from here I can grab the hair or the chin and the hair. I turn, he goes down, punch.
So we probably share a lot of the bunkai that's already been shown. So maybe I'll do a couple of other things as well. So John, just grab up there with your left hand. So we usually go for left hand grabs assuming most people are going to grab left, punch right. So the spinning motion here can be to clear that off is one thing that we do, and then the second one comes around as part of that turn. One option. If he's grabbing with two hands from behind, yeah, there's another way to capture someone, and you can't get out while you're busy working that head. It's a fairly strong hold. But coming back to the first example of from here, 1, 2, let's assume that doesn't knock him down, but it stuns him, he gets back up. The same as was mentioned before, 1, 2, feint to get him up and back, and then we shoot. And I'm going to get 3 variants of the shoot. One is we go down and we simply pull both out this way, and they go backwards. And I was sharing a story last night with Hachi Sells and Nick on that, where we had a 5th dan in our organisation back in the 80s, Giulio Rossi, Sensei, and he was Golden Glove state boxing champion, Greek wrestling Australian champion, and a 5th dan in Shito-Ryu. And he was fighting a very large guy going for a Shodan test. This guy was about 6'4", very broad shoulders. And at one point, he had been pushing around the ring. He was a much higher rank. Giulio was a professional bouncer as well. But he had him against sort of the corner of the ring, if you like. And he did. He just feinted high, went down to both ankles, and just pulled the guy straight up. So not only was it done, but it was done to someone who was big and trained. So it was interesting to see, yes, the feint, and that's ripping outwards. The other takedown type is the same as in terms of what you mentioned, Hunchy, and also Richard as well. I think it's that scissor takedown on the knee and the ankle. The difference when we do the kata, again, it's just a minor difference. We come up to here. So from where we are, I'll just do it without you. We come up, and we use the opposite hand. So we go right, left, then down. And interestingly, when I was doing a bit of BJJ a couple of years ago from a guy who was very qualified both in judo and BJJ, you could lie down, John, and just face me. One of the basic drills he had for getting in, just leg up, if you're defending with the other leg, I'm going to go on this side so the camera can see. One of the drills he had was here, then here, to get in. So we go inside, then outside, or control and then outside. And the rationale, the big difference in the technique, was most people tend to grab and they look to come in this way with that leg. And the control on the outside of the knee, being the second, was to allow you to get your own knee in here, so that was cutting off that limb, and either landing Chudan with there or landing on the leg. So it sort of relates at least to the form that we do. We've got 1, 2, 3 coming in here. Control. It's a bit of a different access, and another way to think about why the hands might reverse, and the best way to get in. When you reach in here, you know, your own groin's exposed, you haven't pinned him. You can't really pin so well in here. So, of course.
As part of the kata, Ippon Kakete, Zenku Tsudachi, Chudan Hijiate, Geidan Harayuke, Chudan Tsuke is fairly straightforward. Sensei steps in, Chudan tap, each, and then you're going to step in. Hijiate, from here you have this, eye rake, and then strike. Either kensui here, or you punch here, and then you punch across here, or here. So, step in, I'm going to 1, 2, punch, 3, 4. All right. One more time. Step 1 here. 2, 3, 4. The next part, you're doing the 2 sides. And coming in Hijiate to the side. Geidan Hariuke, Chudan Zuke. Similar, you're just taking it from the side. You've noticed that you have these elbow strikes are similar to those of you who practice Hijiate Goho. You have a lot of similar elbow strikes in this kata, even in the part of the kata where you're coming out, the yokoburai, the set. So if Sensei attacks here, up here. Hey. Hey. This is not shown in the kata, but could be applied. So this time, Sensei steps in. We're going to 1, and then we're going to come across 2, punch, 3, 4. 4, steps in, 1, 2, you can come across and fracture these ribs, hit,
So, Shotokan version, stepping in, back stance, open hand block, step in, kibirachi, elbow strike, shift in, gate on punch, shift back out, gate on strike. Then you repeat to the other side, back stance, open hand, then we turn 180 elbow, down block. Block, elbow, counter punch, gate on, takedown. And then here we'll do the final step. So, yeah, so you step in, same hand, same block. This time I step in here, and then you can also do here and then elbow. So it's similar motion, just starting different position. Then you block, then you do the takedown. Okay.
The one slight difference in the way we do the kata, when we turn in this direction, we come underneath for our shuto rather than up on top. It's a pull underneath, then 1, 2. So our bunkai classically for that is I've been grabbed, and it's that ability of 2 arms to clear. Then we've got that, and then the other things to follow that you've been mentioning. The only note that we at least do is we say, look, males don't fight males like that. This is a female self-defense where you're grabbed here. So we wouldn't expect males to say they're going to do it as their bunkai, but we would train our females.
Sensei does a wrist grab, coming around, uke, use shote and push in here, strike, strike, he reaches, comes in, grab, punch, here, strike, hey! Comes reach or punch center, here, push, hit, down, punch, chudan, here, grab the leg at the top, hey! Basically, you're doing ura, uke, small circle attack, block to an attack, coming down and depressing. And then shote, palm heel, push, strike. So you're pressing, hitting, striking here. So a lot of times this is done as a press or a push. He steps into attack here and put in, cross up, and you're going to push.
Let's see, I'm not sure the Shotokan version actually builds on that very much. Very similar. The one part of their one of the few places they actually use sanshin stance. So after, when they come around, they make a big motion, come around sanshin, punch, then, wrong foot, punch, then they turn sanshin again, press. So it's all very similar bunkai. So as John comes around, say, try to grab my shoulder, here, punch, and say you try and punch with this hand. Now, again, so very similar bunkai to the Shito-Ryu.
So yeah, a lot of good variety already on this turn. One addition to this sort of motion, if John comes in for a lapel grab, so left side of him, so before he gets to me, just go back. Comes in for the lapel grab, 1, 2. So send the attempt to grab in there, and I go straight up the side at the same time. If he's grabbed already, this way I can try and go up there, but if he's cross grabbed, so on the other side, I can get in there just to keep the arm busy. I go up there, I can do the same. Just engage that, go back. This position on the side.